And now we'd like to demonstrate some of the transformations occurring through the Haury program challenge grant making. Our challenge grants are given annually, and they are 3-year awards for a total per award of $600,000. A challenge award assembles an interdisciplinary team to confront major challenges or terming those the wicked problems at the nexus of environment and social justice in the Southwest to create systemic and transformational changes here, and as Mary said, to serve as a model for other places to use, excuse me. These teams include U of A and community members in authentic partnerships. So this year, we're going to have 2 current teams tell us about their exciting and impactful work, and then we'll make the announcement of this year's new challenge grant team and hear from them. So the first team we have is the Kabe de da Ahinita, Strength Through the Dene Clan System to Respond to the Gold King Mine Spill. This was the first Haury Program Challenge Grant Award. Began in July 2016 and is nearing a successful conclusion in a few months with much sustainable work to grow out of it, I'm sure. Please welcome team members Carletta Chief, Malik Scott, Paloma Beamer, Yoshira Ornelas Van Horn, Morgan Farley, and Neil Roy Singer.
Hello, my name is Paloma Beamer. I'm an associate professor of public health in the College of Public Health and PI of the Gold King Mine Spill Dene Exposure Project. This project is one of the first ones that we're aware of to be led by a team of women of color scientists. There's 3 of us that are co-PIs. And in 2016, we were the inaugural winners of the Haury Challenge Grant for our project Kebe da Ahi Nita, Strength Through the Dene Clan System to Respond to the Gold King Mine Spill. In the wake of the spill, which occurred in 2015, the long-term environmental, social, and health impacts were still unknown. The objective of this Haury project was to assess long-term impacts for the community and to develop a framework designed to minimize environmental, social, and health impacts of future spills and allow communities to maintain their state of hojo. We will share the impact of this project through a children's story about the Gold King mine spill that released 3 million gallons of acid mine drainage, which flowed into the Animas and San Juan rivers, the lifeline of Navajo farmers. The story of resilience is adapted from a poem entitled The Yellow River, written by Chili Yazzie, Shipwreck Chapter President and one of our big collaborators in the aftermath of the Gold King mine spill. The children's story will be read by my comrade in arms and co-PI, Dr. Carletta Chief, Associate Professor and Extension Specialist in Soil, Water, and Environmental Science. Seated on the floor are members of our team and our children who have assisted in various phases of our project. Thank you.
When the river turned yellow. The farmer was sitting under his cotton tree. The half-grown corn were happily waving at him in the hot summer breeze. Nearby, water slowly moves through the rows of corn. Suddenly, he saw his grandson running towards him across the field. "Che, Che, the man on the radio said the river is turning yellow." Che knelt down beside his grandson and said, "Che Yaja, we're gonna have a good crop this year. Our melons, chilies, tomatoes, and squash are growing nicely." We rushed to the river and people were crying as they saw the river turn yellow. Because water is life, this precious source was contaminated. We were confused and angry, and our people were sad. They're going to explain the Yellow River at the chapter house this evening. We gotta be there. The man on the radio said they accidentally poked Mother Earth and the Gold Key mine burst like a balloon. A Yellow River is coming. Stay out of the river. Many people gathered at the chapter house. What are the facts? Who is at fault? What about the deer, bears, the birds, and the wild horses? Oh man, what about our crops? We don't want to lose the corn. The corn belongs to my great-grandchildren. Will this Yellow River hurt the corn and our children? Shandine called her sister in Tucson. Chief Manuelito said, climb the ladder of education. Masane said, come home and help our people. Zanabaha said, bear down, I'm coming home and bringing my Wildcat College friends with me. Che sits with Zanabaha and her friends in the Hogan. Use our way of thinking to help our people, he said. Zanabaha and her friends visit Auntie May and her friends. They work at the chapter house. They visit grandma and baby every week and make sure they are not sick. Zanabaha and her Wildcat friends teach Auntie May and her friends how to check grandma's water, land, and food to make sure the Yellow River was not in it. Zanabaha and her Wildcat friends teach the tribal college students how to test the river water and farm soil. Zanabaha and her Wildcat friends find that the Yellow River did not go into the soil or corn, so they go to the chapter house and tell the farmers the good news. Next, they meet with Navajo leaders to share the good news. They talked about healing and planned for the future. Finally, they went on KTNN radio to share the good news with the Navajo Nation. Zanabaha and her friends meet with Che and his friends. They say, keep working with Auntie May, Yego. Yego. Now Che and his grandson can go back to farming and feed the people with good food. The end.
Hello, my name is Nilroy Singer. Good to see you all. I'm the environmental specialist at Diné College. The impact of this Haury project is shared through a video made by one of my Aggie alumni, Evan Beekes of Parrot One Productions. This video shares the stories of impact directly from tribal leaders and community health representatives.
It was very heartening just to hear that our water got contaminated, and looking at the color itself, which is the yellow plume, and watching it go by and knowing that our water resource, it's just like somebody, gosh, it's very hard to explain to terms and to think about it back then.
This is something that was not expected. You know, people were just out there living their lives, and you know, the interaction with how they live in the river and all the resources that they have out there. Most of all, water in the lands is what they live on, and that's what they depend on every day.
As us Diné Dene people, where water is life, and that's our life stream right there. And people used to plant, garden, but now I don't see any down here.
At the foundation are indigenous people who are constantly in our interaction with our natural world, not just in a spiritual relationship, but in cultural, economic, just a very foundational relationship. And then all of this is against the backdrop of climate change. So for me, the Haury Foundation funding provides a tremendous opportunity for us to move forward as through a window of opportunity, responding to a crisis, but also informing the crisis with that indigenous viewpoint.
Foremost, I want to say sincere thank you to Haury Foundations for allowing us to work with the University of Arizona and implement a project that was much needed. But it's good that you guys are doing this research, and thankful for you guys.
I thank the foundation and their response in putting together this big effort, the collaboration between the school entities, the universities. A lot of schools are mentioned, and I am so thankful that they came together in doing research and responding to what had happened to our people.
Knowing that the information, we can grow, we can progress, make it a better future for our little ones so they can help us plan. So yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
As this will happen again, this wicked problem, the poisoning of a precious water resource in the Southwest, has served as a wake-up call, revealing that there are more than 11,000 abandoned mines in Colorado alone that threaten the environment. Now we have a model for community involvement and research that builds capacity and self-resilience to respond to environmental catastrophes in a just manner. On behalf of the Navajo Nation, community members, farmers, and the Gold King Mines in the Exposure Project, we want to thank the Haury program for helping us address this wicked problem. Thank you.